97 degrees. Got a little pickle barrel here. And was down at Tractor Supply yesterday. And I'm down to two of the Bantams out in my chicken tractor. You know, one died of whatever, and predators got a couple because I was free ranging them for a while, and the fox and stuff were sneaking in and picking them off. So anyway, I'm down to two out there, so I'm having to keep them locked up because of the predator. So here's some replacements. Hopefully I've got 3 girls and a boy. With my luck, I'll have all boys. And if they're all girls, that's cool too. Alright, that's that little setup there. I got to keep these things in here raising till they get pretty good size before I can go out there and put them in the box. I'm out here in the barn playing around. We're making some 5-frame propolis traps. 5-framers with my beefy design here. These things measure here. These sticks, in case you guys want it, they're 20 and 7/8. 20 and 7/8 long. I picked up 5 more packs this morning. And so what I did here, again, I put the plastic on. See, I don't want bees, robber bees, coming in, because I'm putting a little stick under here, right, to prop this up so the bees can get in here. I probably should just cut little strips here and put them on each end. Sacrifice one of these, put one on each end. That'll give, you know, enough room. But matter of fact, I probably ought to just leave the ends open so daylight can get in here. That's the object. And then of course you got your lid that just sits on, but prop it up so you got plenty of daylight under here. And so I got to thinking too, I said, well, you know, I'm doing away with my feeder, because you know I do the feeder hole. So here's my thought on that, guys. I want to keep some hives set up in propolis production, probably 3 or maybe 4 hives. They're doing nothing. Well, they're making bees, and I'll be feeding them. But I've eliminated the hole, so I've got to create some feeder hole here to keep them in high production and not have a robbing scenario here either. See, with this, by me putting this 4-inch piece of this cutting board material on here, Miss Daisy gave me those. She gave me 2. She bought 4 more. We talked about that the other day. Anyway, this one will work. I haven't done a freeze test on these though. I've got a piece here. I'm going to put in the freezer overnight and then grab it in the morning and do this with it. And hopefully it won't snap on me, because I'm going to be freezing these things. Once the bees fill this thing up with propolis, these cracks in here, as you can see, my cracks in there, they're wide enough to get the daylight in and plenty of room for propolis, but there's no room for a bee to get out of there. It's just too tight. A bee can't crawl through that space. And I just eyeballed it. Just, you know, you know what a bee can get through, and he can't get through that slot. Now, hive beetle could weasel through there, but I don't care about that, because right underneath this trap is going to be some beetle barns anyway. But here's my thought on feeding these things to keep these things in production. Here we go. Look at this. Now, Miss Daisy drinks this poison here. I've been telling her for years to stop it, but she don't listen to me. Caffeine free. There's all kind of weird stuff in here. Look at the bottom number. Contains these weird numbers that you can't even pronounce. That stuff, I would not put that in my body. But Miss Daisy's going to do what she wants to do. I've got her coming along quite nicely, Miss Daisy. But she's still, you know, sometimes is a bad girl and does what she wants to do. Can you imagine that? I think they're from Venus, the women are, and us guys are from Mars anyway, you know. So just two different species, you know. But anyway, back to this. Here we go. I told her to save me a few of these. Here's what I'm going to do. As soon as she drinks this thing, I told her to drink one today, because after my hike tomorrow, I'm going to go down to Lowe's. I'm taking this bottle cap with me, and I'm going to go in and see what fittings I've got in there in the plumbing section to go in there. But my thought is this. Here you go. Here's my feeder right here, and I'm going to bore a hole through this hive right about center. And while I'm down there playing getting fittings, I'm going to pick up some corks, some regular old corks, and that will go in my hole when I'm not using a feeder. I'll just shove a cork in the hole. And granted, you could take a piece of dowel rod and cut it and shove in there too, but the corks they have down there, so I'll just pick that up, and a cork will fit in here nicely. But anyway, I'm going to put a nipple of pipe in here. I'm going to bore a hole, find out what I need here, bore the hole where it's not super tight, where it'll slide in, right? I'm going to put a 90 bend on it out here where it's nice and comfy like so. Give myself a little room in here, and there it'll be. So you just, whatever this nipple length is, you just adjust that, and then bored out. Your hive will probably, my hives are 1.5 inches on the end and on the ends. Yours will probably, if you're going with data and equipment, will be 3/4 of an inch thick. And you'll be able, on a standard hive too, you can shove the bottle right up tight to it because you've got in-cut handles into the wood. Anyway, that's going to go there. I'm going to put a drywall screw here, drywall screw here. I will wrap a piece of tie wire around that. Once I set my bottle in that 90 bend there, I'll come over and wrap around that screw head, and I'll lock that thing up. So that's what I'll do. I'll probably spray paint my bottles also white, okay, so they don't heat up so bad. And then what I will do is scratch a little 1/4 inch line down through there on the paint so I can see the liquid inside. So that's what I'll do, is scratch a little line out of that paint so I can see the liquid, the sugar water in there. So I don't have to pull this off and all that. I can just peek at it and see. So that's 2 little tricks that I'm going to be doing. That way you can keep your hive in top production mode and all that. So that's that. Yeah, I just got back from the my 6-month appointment with the urologist. I had the appointment in May, but with all the chaos of the pandemic, all these doctors just canceled appointments, you know. Anyway, so it was time. I did my blood work. When you're on, like myself, on testosterone replacement therapy, you get your blood work every 6 months. Now, the last couple times, my PSA was creeping up. I was up to 7. I was at 7 twice before, and now I'm at 7.8. Now, before, at 7, I think it's anything over 4. Oh, the alarm bells go off, okay? Well, I've done my research too, and I've heard, and this and that, guys having PSAs with 20 for 20 years, okay? I'm not worried about it. Even if I had prostate cancer, that's supposedly a marker if your PSA clumps. I told him before the last visit down there, the doctor, oh, I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned. He had a real serious look on his face. I'm really concerned. The thing he's concerned about is making Lamborghini payments. That's what he, and his umpteen, you know, you got to pay for the yacht that's on the water. What else? The umpteen $1 million home he lives in, yeah. Oh yeah, color me surprised that we got to do all these biopsies. Biopsies. Now, if you guys aren't familiar with a prostate biopsy, That's a real cute one. They go up your booty hole. They line up with your prostate. They perforate your colon wall. They go into your prostate, and then they take these needles and suck out, stab your prostate, and suck out 12, mind you, 12 chunks of meat out of that prostate. Now, my mind thinking, okay, say if I did have prostate cancer, which I don't think I do. I'm at 71 years old, and everybody my age has got a elevated PSA. So anyway, yeah, they pull out 12 samples and check them, and half the time there's nothing in there, okay? So it's a whole wasted procedure. But if there was cancer in there, in my mind, okay, now we're going to take cancer cells, we're going to drag them back through your colon. Okay, now we get to take out your, not only your prostate, but we're going to take out your booty hole and half your intestines, because now we've got cancer inside your guts. Yeah. I don't think it takes a rocket scientist for this one, guys. I really don't. I really don't think. You have to be a genius for this. But common sense must come into play here somewhere. I kind of took, now I went down there to see the doctor, and I'm in there. I didn't even know this. There's a woman practitioner, little cutesy pie, that took me in and got me in the room. Oh, they don't weigh you anymore. They don't touch you. They don't even check your blood pressure. You know, make it look like an actual office visit, right? We don't even do that anymore. No. Because we can't be touching you. You might have the hoochie coochie disease or something. Anyway, so I'm in there. I told Miss Daisy, I said, this is just a fire drill. This is all this is. But I will go down there to say howdy and give them my copay, $30 copay. Anyway, the little girl checks me in, and we had a little chit chat about this and that. And anyway, oh, so-and-so will be coming in soon. I said, where is my doctor? Oh, he's got so many irons in the fire. Well, he's back at the hospital, whacking and hacking prostates out and you know, surgically castrating guys, turning them from bulls to steers. He's having fun with that deal. And oh, he's just so tied up today. He couldn't be here. I said, okay. She said, you'll like her. You'll like her. Well, she comes in. And how you doing? I'm fine. She had a mask on too, by the way. I had a mask on. She sits down. She says, I'm looking here at your blood work, and I'll tell you, your PSA is just all over the place. All over the place. I'm thinking to myself, you know, if she's a salesman trying to sell me something, it's you know, she's not too good at sales. Telling me I'm all over the place. Well, I know darn well what my numbers were. This time I was 7, 8. Oh, that's another thing. I can email my own lab back at the house, right? My PSA was 7.8. On her paperwork, it was 7.9. Why is there a discrepancy there? She didn't do the lab work. My lab did the lab work. My lab paper says 7.8. My testosterone from my lab said my T level was 715. Her paperwork said my testosterone level was 713. So there's a discrepancy. I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring it to her attention. I just said, okay. Well, Mr. Dennis, we're really concerned. We're really concerned about you. I said, are you? They have a whole laundry list of questions they ask you. How many times you're getting up in the night? How many? And I gave myself A+ rating on all the questions. And it wasn't BS. It was straight, shooting you the straight skinny. She looks through that. She doesn't care anything about it. She's looking at that PSA number. That PSA number is, guess what, guys? A Lamborghini payment. We're going to make money with you. No, we're not making money with Steve-O. She says, we'd like to go ahead and just set you up for a biopsy. I said, no, ma'am, I'm good. I said, all my plumbing works great. And so you're saying you don't want a biopsy? I said, yeah, pretty much. Yep. Huh, okay, well here's how they trick you, guys. Now listen up on this one. Pay attention. Sit down. Go ahead and sit down for this one. Here's how they get you. They're going to hold you hostage. This is how they do it. We're going to hold you hostage, because what she says is, well, here's the thing. Here's the whole thing about this. And she knows I need testosterone replacement, all right? And once you're hooked up, mark my words, guys, once you're hooked up with testosterone, cypionate, you have got to take it until they stuff you in the pine box or shove you in the incinerator. That's it. That's your plan you're on. It's no big deal. It's easy to do. You're going to feel great. Been on it for years. But here's how they trick you. Well, and they know how you feel about this. They know you're feeling good. They know you're having a good sex life and all this, right? So she says, well, here's our concern. We don't want to be giving you something that may be contributing to a cancer. I said, what you just said to me, ma'am, makes no sense at all. If I'm running a high T level, this PSA thing to me anyway is just another marker. It's not off the chart. And like I said before, there's guys out there running 20 for 20 years still going, all right? They could have a small smoldering cancer in there, but if you go playing with that thing, poking holes in that sucker, you're opening yourself up for a real can of worms. Then they're gonna chop you up. They're gonna chemically castrate you and castrate you. You're gonna go from bull to steer with their scalpel, and they're gonna cut you up anyway. That's my own personal thoughts on this. I'm not a doctor, but you don't need to be a doctor for common sense. Just willy-nilly start poking holes in your prostate to play games and make Lamborghini payments and yacht payments. Anyway, she says, well, we may have to take you off of that. We may have to take you on. I said, tell you what, ma'am, you can't. She looked at me like, whoa. I said, no, ma'am, you can't. Once a person goes on it, they don't make it anymore. You have got to keep taking it, regardless of cancer or whatever. And what you just told me makes not a whole lot of sense, for the simple fact, an 18-year-old stud running around out here will be running around 800 to 1100 testosterone level. Granted, his PSA may be a little low, but his testosterone's way up. So me running a 715 testosterone level, they're concerned. Now the concern is that stuff could be giving you cancer. Well, if that was the case, why in the hell would you be injecting it in the first place? It's FDA approved by the Fraud and Deception Association, right? So anyway, guys, I just thought I'd share that little quickie story with you. We'll see how it goes in November. But if it goes south, the whole conversation goes south, and they're demanding, say if I'm up still at 7.8, and they demand that I do a biopsy, I'm going to say, no, I don't think so. And then we're going to have to take away your testosterone. I said, well, I'm going to find out what my rights are. You people are in the business to suggest therapies. I am the person that's going to okay those therapies. right? So you guys do your own thinking out there. I'm just giving you a heads up on the shenanigans that's going on. And I've known guys at, you know, my age, 71 years old, so I know a whole bunch of guys with scenarios like this. And I've heard all kind of horror stories with these guys saying, look, man, they did a biopsy on me. I'll never do that again. And my God, I was peeing blood for 3 days with that deal. You know, it's just, this doctoring thing in this country has gotten so crazy, guys. I could go on and on and on with the shenanigans, but I have to vent once in a while. And I always tie it into bee stuff, you know, because I got to keep you beekeepers going. Yeah, we're running out of beekeepers, and I got to try to create more beekeepers. So anyway, I'm giving you a heads up on that little story. So we'll see where we're at in November when I go in there, and if it turns into a pissing contest, I'll just say, well, I don't know. I need to find out what my rights are. If you're pulling that stuff off of the shelf for me, and I can't have it anymore, my whole system's going to crash. So I think you guys did an oath. Do no harm. See, they could flip that around. See, they could say, well, we know we don't want to do any harm, so we have to take that away just in case we are doing harm. No, not in my eyes. Not in my eyes. No, no, no. We're going to keep it going because my system will crash. I will crash. I've been there and done it already. You guys pulled it away from me once and my body crashed. Oh, no, we're not doing that anymore. Steve-O's going to keep on trucking, and everything's going to be hunky-dory. And here's your options. There's two options going to happen here. All right, two options. You're going to get a piece of paper out, and I'm going to sign it, releasing you from any liability for me to stay on testosterone. Your hiney's covered. Mine is too. I want the testosterone replacement. Now, if you can't pull that paper out and have me sign it, I have to find out what my rights are. And yes, we're going to be knocking on some doors and finding out where I stand with this, because these people have way too much power, and it's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe Obamacare? If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor? Wow, what is it? Guys, I got to ask you something stupid. Why in the world would we have the government involved in health care when they can't even deliver the goddamn mail correctly? I'm getting mail down the street, over here. Miss Daisy had a package the other day. We had this idiot postman running up and down the road. They said it was delivered. She said, delivered? She said, could you go out there, drive out on the road? It's 700 feet out there. I said, sure. I jumped in the truck, went out there. I said, I don't see a thing out there. You know what the idiot did, guys? Put it over the... He got frustrated because he couldn't find my place, because he couldn't read mailboxes. Put the package out here in the horse field, this guy's horse corral, on the inside of the fence, and just leaned it up against the fence. I guess for the horses to chew on it. I don't know what the guy was thinking. He's on crack or something. That's how crazy. They can't even get the mail delivered correctly. Oh man, Miss Daisy was hot. She called the supervisor. Where's my package? It says delivered. Delivered to what? Where? She goes up there. I'll send him back. So she goes up there. This idiot's running up and down the road, right? She flags him down. She says, where is my package? I delivered it. Where did you deliver it? Well, right over there. You don't want to get Miss Daisy cranked up, guys. She said, who in the hell lives over there? You got her leaning against the fence for the horses to chew on. She said, go get it. He ran over there and got it and brought it back. She called the supervisor and said, I don't know what kind of what kind of people you guys are hiring down there, but anyway. I had to vent a little bit, guys, but it's no big deal. I'll straighten these people out. I'll keep you posted too, because a lot of you guys are probably going to wonder, you know, what's happening to Steve-O will probably happen to me. So anyway, this is what's going to happen to you. I'm going to get off doctoring. This is what's going to happen to you right here. See how this is? I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to put a piece of this in the freezer and do a freeze test on it. But here's my solutions for feeding. I'll show you that when we get her set up. And hey guys, be happy, be strong. We got to keep getting it wrong. You know that. See ya.